Hello, everybody, and welcome back. My name is Mr. Reality from Reality Forecast on YouTube, and I'm joined with psychic medium Liz Cross. Liz, how are you today?
Oh, fantastic. Thank you. You?
I am super duper. Thank you. It's great to see you again. It's great to be here, and I appreciate you and inspiring all those people out there. I wondered if we could bring in this is someone that you probably don't know, but you know. His name is Israel Kamakawiwoʻole, and he's from Hawaii, and he's famous for singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow and What a Beautiful World at the ukulele. There've been over 1.5 billion views of him on YouTube, and if you've been on the internet for a while, you know you've heard him. And he passed away, unfortunately, in 1997 from health complications, as did his brother, but he embodies the spirit of Hawaii. And I wondered if we could bring him in and see what he's up to and what's going on.
Excellent. Yes, I have him here. He has such a warm personality.
And that's what I get whenever I listen to his music. His name is, he's referred to as Brother Is. What does he prefer to be called here for our conversation today?
Israel.
Israel, what inspired you to blend traditional Hawaiian music with other genres?
He just felt compelled to do it. It was something within him he had to do.
You were very involved with Hawaiian sovereignty and the push for that. What motivated you to be so involved with it and passionate about it?
I was trying to save the people, the nation.
Has he had a long history of other incarnations within the Polynesian islands?
Ooh, have you had a long history of incarnations in the Polynesian island? He's had 2 other lifetimes apart from that one.
Really? What incarnation was him as Israel?
As in, what do you mean, total?
As a human being, number of his Israel Kamakawiwoʻole is incarnation in Hawaii. What number incarnation was that?
So he's pretty up there. Okay. Human incarnation, he's in the 700s.
Wow.
Yeah, that's like how often do we hear that?
Not very often at all. So, what do you think music can contribute to people, and how did he want it to uplift people?
He says it's the only way. It speaks to the soul, it speaks to the heart, it speaks to the mind. It touches you in ways that you may have locked away those emotions for years and years, and it brings those back into the forefront. He says it's just absolutely amazing. We are so blessed to have music.
Does he practice any sort of music in the spirit world or the God plane?
No.
Does he miss that?
Very, very much.
How does he occupy his time over there?
Writing songs. He's so funny. How do you occupy your time over there? He's just learning on the other side. He's organizing his next life. He wants to make it better than ever before. There's still a lot of unresolved issues he has to get to. And he is just, he's looking forward to coming back down. He's very excited.
How far ahead does he have to plan, and when will he be incarnated again?
How far ahead do you have to plan? It could take 50 years, but look, 50 years here on the earth plane is like nothing up there, right? So, are you going to have health problems in the next lifetime? Yes, but are you going to have weight issues? No, he's not going to have weight issues. but he's going to come in with some sort of what are you coming in with? A deformity? No, a disease. So there's some sort of disease that he is signing up for that he'll constantly have to fight against. Do you feel that people with, I have to ask this question, people with weight issues, is that part of a fight here on the earth plane? Absolutely. And is that something that we have to resolve? Yes, if you can resolve them, you should. And I'm saying, but is that something that needs to be resolved to work towards our ascension? Absolutely, he says. You know, it's part of the ascension process. Have you managed to control, for those of us that are emotional eaters, have you managed to control your emotional eating, your mindset? Yeah, so that looks like some, and that's the same as like he's telling me, as any sort of habit or bad thing that's going on in your life. It's about having that mental capacity to control it.
And does he, I mean, he passed away too early, we feel like, and at
Mhm.
38 years old. So, what was the sole benefit of passing over so early and having not really succeeded in battling obesity?
What was the so like what was that about? Well, he only gave himself a very short time to fix this issue, and he was unable to fix it. So therefore, he would have left anyway. It didn't actually matter what the issue was. If whether he managed to fix the obesity issue, he would have left anyway. It was his time to go. But he likes a challenge. So where a lot of us have many, many, many years, he's telling me, like 70, 80, sometimes 90, 100 years to fix and resolve our issues. He likes to try to resolve them in a very short amount of time.
That's an interesting position. In what
Yeah.
ways does he feel that non Hawaiians can respect Hawaiian traditions?
Oh, non-Hawaiians. And well, he's very pro Hawaii, as I talk to his, his soul consciousness now. Are you coming back into Hawaii? Yes, he's coming back into Hawaii again. He's going to come back into a very poverty stricken family. So, what do you think about the non Hawaiians that don't live on the islands or in the islands? Do you think that we should, be practicing Ho'oponopono and things like that? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And that is carrying on a tradition, Hawaiian tradition. The music, obviously, the food aspect, all the good things. But I'm saying Hawaii is very, um, there's a lot of problems in Hawaii at the moment, especially with developers, investors, the government, the corruption. What it's almost made it impossible for Hawaiians. It's so expensive. Are you taking into account into your soul how much money you will have in order to live very comfortably in the state of Hawaii? See, now this is a problem that we get all the time, right? His soul just told me, no, I'll figure it out when I get there. Do you know how many times I hear that from the souls? It's so frustrating. Oh, yeah, I'm not so worried about money. I'll figure it out when I get there. And yet, the people at the top of the food chain, which are billionaires and millionaires, right? Their souls figured this out a long time ago. And their souls knew that in order to ensure their survival, that they accepted the fact that they needed a lot of money and they wanted to do things with that money, right? But his soul just said to me, no, I'm coming in. I'm going to be poverty stricken and I'm not going to worry about the money aspect. So let me put this to him. As I'm saying, as we're having this conversation with you now, do you think that you should sort of update your planning arrangements for the next lifetime? And he says, yes. I said, because you will not be able to afford to live. You can still do great things when you do organize and design your future lifetimes to have money. You can still do great things. Now, see, the soul is in disagreement with me. And this is a problem that we come across time and time again with souls. They reject the idea of having financial abundance here on the earth plane. I don't know what to do about it.
Let's ask some other questions about souls. Do souls have a physical size? Are they boundless and are they dimensionless?
Do souls have a physical size? No, they don't. Are they boundless? Pretty much boundless. Are they dimension? No, they tend to reside. It's all on frequency, right? So it's where they're resonating on the frequency level. I mean, they can adjust to go to different frequency levels, and they do. But they can travel anywhere they want to go as long as it's within universal law, he's telling me. But it really is like a frequency based travel, frequency existence.
How does he perceive what other souls look like on the other side?
Ooh, that's a good question. How do you perceive? They would, so they can project images of themselves.
What does he project?
What do you project? He projects, he looks very similar to how he did on the earth plane in this lifetime, but a slim version. Why do you project a slim version? Because that's what he always wanted to be. He says, I wanted to be slim. That was my struggle. My struggle was food. And I'm saying, but did you have like an emotional eating problem? He had a stress eating problem. Now, you know that we just did a whole session on stress this
We
morning.
did. Does the concept of weight apply to souls?
Ooh, does the concept of weight apply to souls? Yes, it's something that we can put in our design plan, our body image. You know, some people are too slim, some people are medium, some people don't like their hair, some people don't like their face, their nose. And it really is, the challenge is about accepting who you are. Obviously, if it's a weight issue that's good, tipping the scales or too light, it's about being healthy. But it really is accepting your body and accepting that this is the vessel that was given to us to do what we're supposed to do on the earth plane.
Does he carry the stress of 700 different lifetimes with him now?
Ooh, do you carry the stress of 700 different? No, it's in the soul memory, but that will be projected down here on the earth plane when he comes back.
You're going to carry the weight of 700 different incarnations of stress?
He's actually had a lot more than that. That's just human. He's had thousands of incarnations. He's actually quite an evolved soul.
Where is he on the soul ascension staircase?
He's at 4.
Can the density of a soul be quantified or compared to the spiritual ascension level you're at?
Ooh, can the density of a soul be quantified? No, it's irrelevant.
Okay. Can souls from their God plane interact with the earth plane?
Souls from with their plane. No, not from the God plane. They have to come down. That was a good question.
What does the frequency mean with regards to souls? Does it refer to their evolution status, the number of incarnations they've had? What does frequency mean to souls?
It's like a vibrational level. It's where you vibrate, where you resonate, your understanding, your wisdom, your challenges, what you seek to do for the rest of your lifetimes, your ascension level. There's a lot of different moving parts within the soul that connect to the frequency.
What other parts are there?
Well, he's saying that there's soul memory. Are there? There's forgiveness. Is it all about emotions? Is it always about emotions or is it about knowledge? It's a mixture of both emotions and knowledge. What about the enlightenment? Is that what stays imprinted on the soul? Not always. So even though we have in this current lifetime lots of enlightenment, it may not travel with us when we leave the earth plane. And I'm saying, but then what happens to that information? Do we just, is that forgotten about if we leave it on the earth plane? And pretty much it is. See, that's the unfairness of it all.
You talk a lot about the Hopa Ono Ono prayer that's simple and has four phrases. It says, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. And who are we forgiving?
Ooh, who are we forgiving when we say the Ho'oponopono? The universe.
Is that important?
Extremely.
I thought the universe was indifferent to us.
Thought the universe was indifferent to us. No. From his personal thoughts, feelings, and opinions, no.
Does he think that this prayer is important and should be used by everyone else?
If the world, all the human beings on the earth plane used it and chanted it at one time, we would all be lifted into ascension at once.
We don't know where everybody went on Earth, but they all said this at the same time.
Right. So, as a collective, if everybody said it in unison at the same time, everybody, we would completely elevate ourselves, possibly even take all of ourselves off the earth plane for good.
Let's try it with the group listening right now. Let's say it together. I'm
I
sorry.
am sorry. Please
Forgive
forgive
me.
me. Thank
Thank you.
you. I
I
love
love
you.
you. What does
It
that allow
really
us to
makes me feel
do
good.
when we're down here on the physical plane, according to Brother Israel?
What does that allow us to do? Say that. It lifts your consciousness and elevates your consciousness and your heart.
I felt that.
I do too.
Does he have any parting messages for those people that are listening to him or that might have been moved by his rendition of Somewhere Over the Rainbow?
Keep making the music, and he'll join you on the flip side when he comes back down.
Can he see ahead like 200 lifetimes, 100 lifetimes ahead of his journey, or is he limited in vision by the next journey he's going to take on the earth plane?
Oh, can you see ahead past the next immediate lifetime? So for the next 5 lifetimes, he's sort of at a soul level. So I have to ask this question. So even though we're on the earth plane, does our soul still have the ability to plan for future lifetimes based upon our experiences in the here and now? Absolutely. Oh, I knew that. Okay, I figured that.
How could people benefit by that?
You can design yourselves an easier existence and maybe not one with so much struggle. He quite likes a challenge, though.
I do that with reframing, remote influencing, other ways in my course. So, are there any other models that he can suggest that explain the interaction with our earthbound incarnation and our spirit bound soul while we're incarnating
Are there
as a
other
song?
are there other ways to design our lifetimes and whilst we're here on the earth plane? It's really like something the soul does automatically. It's all done by calculation.
Does he think that we'll be able to find the soul with technology?
Ooh, can we find the soul with technology? Yes, it's always available.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Brother Israel. We enjoyed chatting with you. We wish you success in your next journey.
Yes, this was fascinating. That really makes me think about what he said. The soul is constantly doing calculations in the background while we're here on the earth plane. So not only is it this complex machine that's keeping us on a life plan here, and it has already designed it, and we're processing with our brain, which is also a machine, but the soul is equally as important as a mathematical genius machine solving problems. And from the problem solving that we do here on the earth plane, he's telling me, so if you solve the problem, so like for him, he's saying, if I would have solved the weight problem here on the earth plane, or there were things that were within, his life lessons that were either solved or they were not, the calculations of whether or not he resolved them, for whatever reason, the soul instinctively knows to start calculating the next lifetime based upon those experiences. That's quite fascinating. We need to figure out a way how we can influence our decision making within the soul for our next lifetime. But let's ask him this. Now we're at the end of this conversation. Are you going to definitely plan? Is your soul already working on a plan to incorporate more financial stability and abundance in your next lifetime? He says, yes. Thank you, Liz and Ronan. Wow.
Thank you, Brother Israel. Mahalo.
Wow. Thank you.